The story starts in the gateway to heaven, which is also known as the upper atmosphere. The 10th level angel of heaven, Ramiel, who is a gatekeeper, suddenly notices a human, a mere mortal, stepping into the heaven. He tries to stop the human by wielding his sword, but the human is so omnipotent that even an angel like Ramiel gets overpowered. The human stops and shouts at the chief, telling him to come out instead of being a weakling. The commotion was huge enough to attract the other angels' attention. Is it true that gatekeeper Ramiel has been attacked? The 8th level angels of heaven, 4 archangels ask. They also try to stop the human from invading the heaven. Who are you? One of the archangels questions. The person replies that he is just a mere human. The angel says, while attacking that this place is for immortals, the heavenly world and the humans who come here can only be dead people. The human punches the archangel and sends him flying. One of the archangels takes out his heavenly bow and arrow and launches it at the human. The angel thinks that he got too excited against a human. As a result, he launched a very powerful attack, but in the next moment he gets totally shocked as he sees that the human is completely fine. The human kicks that angel and makes him fall to the ground. As he is looking at the ground, one of Archangel teleports and tries to attack him with a divine sickle. The human suddenly gets at the back of the angel unnoticeably in mere seconds and deals an attack with his elbow. The last remaining archangel starts to recite a spell in order to kill the human, but he suddenly gets confused as he searches for the human who vanished right in front of his eyes. In the next moment, the human appears above him and knocks the remaining one with an impactful punch. With this, 4 of the archangels were defeated, and he lands on the ground. The human, although being alone in the enemy territory, speaks loud and clear that he wants the chief to come out. Hearing his voice, the heavenly army of the 7th level angels approaches him. The leader of the army, who is a humongous angel with high physical strength, shouts while trying to step on the human. The angel notices that the human has vanished, but after some moments he sees that someone is grabbing his leg and pulling him backwards. The human, with his physical strength alone, spins the angel and pins him down at the army. The army was completely wiped out. After this, another angel comes into view. 5th level angel of heaven, Lord of the sky. Rogariel praises the human for having such formidable strength. Rogariel speaks that the human has to defeat him in order to advance forward. Ha! As a human, you can only come this far, can't you come closer? Rogariel questions. The human reveals his true form. His eyes glow like an angel and he has the teeth of a devil. Upon seeing this, Rogariel gets terrified and notices that the human has vanished. He turns around and witnesses the complete true form of the human. He has the same feathers like an angel, but in the contrary, its color is black. By the time, Rogariel realizes that he is not just fighting against a mere human, but something more than that. The human in his true form just flicks his finger at the angel's forehead to send him flying. Right, the legend was true. You are the hybrid? Aren't you? Rogariel asks. Rogariel tells the human that the word hybrid is a well-deserved title for this kind formidable power. As the hybrid is leaving, Rogariel asks him, why is he using this enormous power against heaven? The hybrid, who is also our MC, replies that this is just the beginning, as he will not stop until he destroys the heavenly world. Additionally, he says while giving a deathly glare that he will not spare a single thing. Why? What made you go to this extent of evil? Rogariel questions while coughing. After hearing this, our MC gets a little emotional. He says that the reason why he is doing this is only because the angels took away everything from him. So, he will surely make them pay for their deeds. After hearing this, our MC gets a little emotional. He says that the reason why he is doing this is only because the angels took away everything from him. So, he will surely make them pay for their deeds. Stir-fried pork with rice, he shouts as he wakes up from his dreams. Stir-fried pork with rice? What kind of sleep talk is this? What on earth was I dreaming about? He questions himself upon waking up. He doesn't even remember. He feels like he is having a lot of strange dreams these days. And it felt like he was fighting with angels. He decides to stop gaming for that reason. As he is touching his spectacles, his finger suddenly sparks, and his whole body tingles as if electricity is flowing inside him. Ick, are you awake? His mother calls him upon entering his room. Is there something wrong with your body? His mother asks. She tells Ick to let her know if he suddenly feels secondary sexual characteristics in his body, or if he wakes up and feels something different under the blanket. These weird interrogations startled the boy as he wakes up from his bed. His mom tells him to wash up and eat as she has to go to work. His dad is doing the house chores. He gently holds his dad's shoulders from behind. His dad gets scared as he assumes that his wife is telling him something. "Ah, I was wrong! Ah, I won't do that again!" He shouts in fear of his wife. In the next moment, he feels relieved to see that it's Ick. Ick, would you like toast for breakfast this morning? His father asks. Ick gets ready and decides not to have the breakfast as it's getting late for school. Ick's mom reminds him that today is his birthday, so he must come home on time because there will be a party in the evening. After he leaves, the mood between the husband and wife changes as if they were hiding something. Ick thinks that his parents are acting weird today. His mom and dad, who have never said anything displeasing. He is now in his 3rd year of high school, so he thinks that they are probably trying to pressurize him to study. He says that he came to his senses now. Starting today, he really needed to quit playing games and study hard. He decides that for math, he has to break down permutations and combinations, then listen to English during every day, and repeat it 1.25 times indefinitely. He looks at his watch and remembers that it's already time for school, so he plans to take a shortcut and runs for it. As he is running, his body feels lighter than before. He was running too fast and unintentionally bumps into some gangster students. Due to the impact, the boy flies for a brief moment and hits the ground. After that, he notices that he is bleeding. His companions calls Ick and keeps his arms around Ick's shoulders, telling him to apologize. Blood? How could a person like me hurt someone with just a bump? Ick asks, while being confused. The injured person's friend tells Ick to pay for the injuries, and at the same time he also gets shocked to see that Ick's shoulders didn't get dislocated even after bumping into such a huge person. Huh? Do I have to pay the medical expenses? Ick questions. At that moment, a streak of light pierces the sky. 8th level angel of heaven. Guardian. Angel Hennael transcends from the sky. She is here in the human world in order to look for a certain someone. The gangster kid asks for $1,000,001 and tries to pressurize Ick by cornering him. The other kid tries to stop his companion out of pity. Are you going to run away after hurting someone? Should I serve you a lawsuit? The kid questions while kicking Ick, but after kicking his legs, starts to hurt. He feels as if he has kicked a rock. Ick then bumps into the angel. Hennael says that she has found the person she was looking for. The school kids thinks that the girl is an angel cosplayer. Hennael introduces herself as a guardian angel and says that she can't forgive those kids for hitting Ick. Guardian angel? Did you get the cosplay from the insurance company? Could you please move out of the way? We need to finish our remaining agreement. How about putting it nicely? Let's see the agreement, shall we? The kid asks angrily. Hennael glares at the kid. She says that she would punish these bad kids accordingly. She jumps upwards, rotating her body, and uses an attack named Kick of Salvation along with the rebirth punch. The kid bleeds badly. She then punches the other kid because of doing a crime of shouting in a residential area. Hennael asks Ick whether he is okay. Do you know me? Ick questions. She says that Ick is the ultimate Abraxas that appears once in a million years. Ick tells Hennael that she has misunderstood him as he was asking about his name. Hennael replies that she also knows that he is Lee Ick, a high school student of 3rd grade. How do you know that? Ick questions. She replies that she can tell all that from J.I.K.'s school uniform. Hanael scans J.I.K.'s body and sees that his skills are pretty average, not yet human-level tier. She can't see it yet, and the power level is about 8%. J.Ik asks whether they have met in a game named Canyon and asks for Hanael's ID. Hanael, in the contrary, doesn't understand what Canyon is. She says that she doesn't know anything about it, but she says that she is an angel who has come to this world to give support to J.I.K. He says that he is sorry, but he has stopped playing starting today. He decided that he should have a hobby other than playing games. J.Ik says that if Hanael cosplays in the morning and goes outside, it feels like she has caught the middle school second-year syndrome. The power struggle between the heavenly realm and the underworld took place in the Valley of Valhalla. Do you remember the duel that took place there? Do you really know that much? Hanael asks eagerly. J.Ik doesn't understood any of it and decides to leave by saying thanks to the angel. The angel then transforms herself as a high school student and gets transferred to J.Ik.'s school and classroom. She introduces herself as Park Hae-na in front of the students and points at a seat. In the meantime, the teacher announces that the class will start soon, so everybody should sit down and get ready. The students feel that the atmosphere of the classroom has changed as soon as Hae-na entered. She goes near J.Ik and tells him that she found him again. She says hello, and J.Ik replies by saying hi without noticing whom he is talking to, but after some time he realizes that she is the same girl that he met this morning. What are you asking for something in return for helping me earlier? Why do you keep chasing me? J.Ik questions. Hanael explains that it's true that she is chasing J.Ik because she came looking for him. Because he is the ultimate Abraxas that appears once in a million years, and among them, J.Ik is destined to become the most powerful being, a hybrid. After hearing this, J.Ik gets shocked and wonders what she meant by hybrid. Hanael shows a card of Sagike, the ultimate product with the powers of both an angel and a demon, a term used to refer to a hybrid who surpasses even the power of a god and is considered to be among the highest tier of the Abraxas class. She says it's really difficult to get this card. It's legendary, but she can't believe that she is seeing one in real life. Could this be some game addiction? J.Ik asks. Hanael replies that it would be difficult for J.Ik to understand all of this because he has not awakened yet. But she says that his body, his awakening, and she has a way to prove it. What abilities do you have? Me? Abilities? What is she going on about? J.Ik wonders. Hanael includes that no matter what J.Ik will do, he will have amazing abilities. This statement corrupted J.Ik.'s mind, so he tries to find something unique in him. In the drawing class, he feels like his hands are going crazy. But in the end, he drew a cartoon instead of a person. In the playing ground, he kicks the football and makes an awesome goal, but the ball he kicked thought that the goalpost might be the basketball hoop. Is this even possible? He wonders. Hey you, Lee J.Ik. Who dares play basketball with a soccer ball? His coach asks angrily. He says, sorry to the coach. After eating lunch, all the students fall asleep, but in the contrary, J.Ik, while studying diligently, thinks that he is different, and his concentration is different from usual. J.Ik. What are you working hard on? His teacher asks while taking his copy. The teacher sees that J.Ik has written the words angel student and focus a lot of times. What are you doing studying English during Korean history class? The teacher questions. J.Ik feels something has changed within him from before, but he also thinks that all his abilities are lacking something. Hanael explains that it is because his powers are not fully awakened yet. However, she says that if his fundamentals are solid, then there might be a way, but she loses hope once seeing J.Ik scoring a perfect 0. Even if Jae-ik is a hybrid, she guesses that he has to gain his knowledge on his own. But once the power of the hybrid is properly awakened, she assures him that he can overcome all hurdles. She says that he can become an Abraxas in an instant. In the stairs, Jae-ik asks Hanael about Abraxas and what they actually are. She explains that Abraxas is a being that transcends the gods of the human world, and especially because Jae-ik is a hybrid, he could even surpass an Abraxas, and he definitely would in the near future, and that's the reason why she has come here to protect and help Jae-ik awaken his power. At that moment, a student throws something at Jae-ik, but he dodges it with his great reflexes. "Who is this Zopop?" Hanael asks. Zopop is a substandard life form with no abilities whatsoever, emitting only methane and carbon dioxide. A being that has no effect on the universe. After hearing this, the person named Yoontae gets really pissed off. Hanael then tells Jae-ik to give Yoontae some hits to back her up. Jae-ik says that Yoontae is the best in his class when it comes to fighting. Hanael replies that it really doesn't matter. The question is how well he can control his strength and whether Yoontae dies in one hit or two. For now, she tells him to think that he is catching a fly by extending his fist. What's the best way to educate children who do not value their classmates? Hanael questions, and she also gives the answer that all he has to do is beat the children who needs to be educated up to the point that they don't die so they can come to their senses. In the meantime, Yoontae is getting extremely mad and losing his cool. Lastly, Hanael tells Jae-ik to believe in himself and to take a shot. The fight begins. Yoontae tries to slap his opponent, but Jae-ik dodges swiftly. Jae-ik then moves his hand towards Yoontae to stop him. Yoontae flies away due to the brute force Jae-ik exerted with his hands. A friend of Yoontae comes to his rescue, seeing him bleeding. "Yoontae, what happened to you? Who did this to you?" his friend asks. Yoontae shouts, telling his friend to let go of him, and asks, "What is he doing here?" His friend's face grew pale as he says that Yoontae has come to their class through the wall, and his companion wonders how can this be possible. At the same time, Jae-ik is looking for Yoontae as he doesn't know where he went through the wall. Hanael goes to that classroom and uses a healing magic at Yoontae. After getting healed and seeing Jae-ik, Yoontae charges at him. Jae-ik again uses his power unknowingly, and Yoontae hits the wall of the blackboard. Hanael again uses healing magic to cure Yoontae. This time also, after getting healed, he jumps straight at Jae-ik to attack him. Jae-ik's eyes changes color and becomes red, and this time he goes to punch his opponent. Hanael jumps in to save Yoontae and uses cure to keep Yoontae conscious. Yoontae feels like he was on the brink of going Super Saiyan. Hanael then goes to check Jae-ik. Jae-ik feels that his whole body is tingling. She sees that Jae-ik has already attained red eyes, and it only happens when the evil side within a hybrid manifests first. Hanael firstly uses hypnosis on the students, which forces them to think about good and beautiful ideas. Both of them feel like that they need to keep this world clean and go to work on it. Secondly, she uses restoration to fix the crack in the wall. Jae-ik regains consciousness and asks what just happened. Why was the wall damaged? Hanael replies that it's all because of his strength, which awakened quicker than expected. She tells Jae-ik to listen carefully. She says that soon the forces of evil will come for him because he has already awakened the vibrations of evil, and they must have already felt the hybrid's awakening. At that time, a devil comes out from a magic gate. He says that he never expected to see a wave of evil this quickly. Who made the sound of the evil wave? He wonders. After some time, the previously two brothers who were beaten by Hanael comes to the school with their big brother. Upon reaching near the school gate, their big brother notices a strange person. "Who's that guy?" he questions. The demon says that he thinks that he has come to the right place. Seeing the demon, some boys starts to make fun of him. The demon then approaches them and asks them that if it is the Purgatory High School. The boys ignores his question and asked him, "Who is he?" The demon gives a dead look and tells them that he is Demon Scalpel, and he is in the level 6 of Hell Demon Army. Hearing this, the boys burst out in laughter, and the short guys tells Scalpel that he is also a demon. The short guys also says that he is the authority for private lending in this area, and he is the one called Little Demon Wu Shijimi. The subordinates of the short guy also says that he is strong, and he has also learned judo. Scalpel leans towards the shorty and asks him if he is a Zopop. The boys get a bit scared and ask Scalpel that what is that. Scalpel takes a closer look and says that he is an imp who is lurking around the world. For your information, imp is the lowest level of demon and is famous for being ugly and short. They extort money and are very greedy. Hearing this, the short guy shouts that he is not a imp. He is the little demon. As Scalpel is not agreeing with him, the short guy gets angry and says that he have to use his secret method. The subordinates of the guy get scared, thinking that he will change into that form. The short guy raises his hands and tells Scalpel that he will be so scared to see this that his whole body will be soaked in sweat from fear. Scalpel smiles and asked him that if he is going to show him something fun. But the most shocking part is that after saying all this bossy dialogues, the short guy acts like a lady and tries to act cute. What a disgusting sight. The shorty's subordinates also get shy to see this. This is Shorty's ultimate trick, as he thinks that if he does this, no one will be able to hit his cute face. Seeing this, Scaled stand still. The other two guys starts to cry and close their eyes. Shorty gets more closer to Scalpel and acts like a young lady. He then makes a disgusting face and asked Scalpel that if he wants to punch this cute face. On the other hand, the orange-haired guy gets mad and tries to beat the shit out of him. Scalpel makes an annoyed face and looks at the guy. On the other side, we can see Jayak is running away from Hanael, but as Jayak's human speed is no match to an angel's speed, so he was caught by Hanael. Hanael grabs him and asked him that why is he avoiding her, Jayak, then tells her that until yesterday, he was just an ordinary high school student whose favorite food was pork rice bowl. But a strange game addict appears suddenly and everything becomes weird. His peaceful daily life has been completely destroyed. Hearing this, Hanael replies that she is his guardian angel. JIK gets scared and says that he knows that and that why it is so weird. An angel in an ordinary school. How does that even make sense? Also, what is a hybrid and what is an awakening? Ik also says that he finds it unfamiliar and scary. Hanael stands still after hearing this. She tries to help out Jaiki, so he tells him that she is his friend, so she will share his hardship with him. Jik gets annoyed and starts to walk away. At that time, Hanael grabs his shoulder and tells him that as today is his birthday, so if she can come and wish him, Jik gets a bit confused, so he asked Hanael that, how did she know that? I'm your guardian angel, not just in name or appearance. Wouldn't it be weird if I didn't know even this much? How about it? Are you fine now? Hanael replied. She also says that if an angel comes and blesses him on his birthday, he will achieve everything he wants. After hearing this, Ik agrees that she can come with him, but he puts one condition. The condition is that if his parents find out that she is an angel, they might be shocked, so she has to keep it a secret. And also, this is his first time inviting a non-human to his house, so she must never reveal that she is an angel. Hanael jumps in joy and agrees to the condition and tells Ik to trust her. After that, she grabs both of Jayak's shoulders and actives her wings and take Jak and flies high in the sky. Jak gets scared and asked Hanael that what is she doing as he has told her to not reveal her identity. Hanael ignores Jak and flies quickly towards Jak's home. On the other side, we can see Scalpel is dealing with the short guy. He tells the guy that it is fun, and he gets closer to the guy's ears and uses devil's whispers and tells that guy that he is cute. Hearing this, the shorty feels a strange sensation. It is like a hot dagger stabs his chest and hurts him. Shorty then feels on the ground on his knees. Seeing this, his subordinates rushes forward. Scalpel points his fingers to them and also shots them with his magic. The guy feels extreme pain and falls on the ground. At that time, Henale flies over there. Scalpel looks at the sky and he gets that this is an angel's trail. He then also actives his wings and flies and flow the trail. In the meantime, Henale and Jaek has safely reached Jaek's home. After landing, Jaek yells at her saying that what will she do if people sees this? Henale apologized to him and says that she was excited, as it's been a while she has been invited to a birthday. Jaek then opens the door and warns Henale to stay properly in his home. Seeing Jaek home, his dad greets him and asks him that why he is so shaky. Jaek ignores that and introduces his new friend to his dad. Henale greets Jaek's dad, but after seeing her, Jaek's dad starts to sweat. Later, while the both of them are walking inside at that time, Jaek's dad asked Henale that, what is she doing while she is on work? Henale tells him to stay quiet and don't show it. After that, Jaek dad calls him and shows him the birthday cake that he made himself. Jaek gets surprised and asked his dad that, why did he make it as they usually order from outside? His dad replies that this birthday of his is a bit special, so he make one for him. At that time, the doorbell rings. As Jaek opens the door, he sees that Scalpel is standing with a present in his hand. Scalpel says hello to everyone and tells them that HR has come to congratulate his new friend on his birthday. Seeing Scalpel. Henale and Jaek's dad gets that he is a demon, so they stays on guard. Jaek tells Scalpel that he didn't know him, so who did they become friends? Scalpel pulls Jaek towards him and says that from tomorrow he studying with him in the same school, so they are friends. Jaek's dad gets out of there by saying that he needs to check the oven. Jaek also goes to his room to change his clothes. At that time, Henale launched her attack on Scalpel. Due to the impact, Scalpel flies away and gets out of the home. Henale follows him and again attacks, but Scalpel is also a powerful demon, so he easily deals with Henale's attacks. At that time, Jaek gets out of this room, and as he looks out, he sees that the two of them are fighting. He gets closer to the railing and shouts at them to stop this fighting and quickly get back. Hearing Jaek, they gets back, and Henale uses her powers to restore the damaged things. After that, Scalpel opens the present box, and from there, he takes out a blue crystal. He tells Jaek that with the help of this crystal, they can see his future. Jaek and Henale looks at the blue crystal. After that, Scalpel casts the magic, and the crystal ball starts to emit bright light. Now it's the time to see if Jaek will become a terrifying demon or will he become an angel who is more merciful than the angels themselves. As the blue crystal shines brightly, we can see the future of Jaek, but it is so faster that Jaek and the other two entities are unable to see a single thing. The demon Scalpel then adjusts the speed to 0.5. Even though the speed is set to 0.5, the image is so blurry that nobody is able to understand anything. Scalpel then puts some of his magic in the crystal, and a clear image of a boy with pitch-black body and wings in a red background appears. Seeing this, Scalpel says that it is the image of an evil, and so in the future, Jaek will be a demon. Don't talk nonsense! You dastardly demons! Are you going to use tricks to take him away? The angel Henale says this and gives a powerful slap on the face of Scalpel. Due to the impact of the slap, Scalpel's jaw gets disoriented and he starts to bleed from nose and mouth. Scalpel gets up and he fixes his jaw and tells Henale that the angels are wicked, that they trying to claim those who have not yet fully awakened. Henale makes an angry face and tells Scalpel that Jaek must stand on Angel's side, as they can't allow demons like him to wield such great power. Seeing Hanael getting fired up, Scalpel also gets angry and tells Hanael, and if she tries to attack one more time, he won't hold back. Seeing the two of them fighting, J.E.K. shouts and tells them to stop. He then goes towards them and tells them to stay low, or else his dad will notice. The fun fact is that J.E.K.'s dad knows all of this and is scared by seeing this scene. At that time, the doorbell rings and J.E.K. knows that it is his mom. He tells Scalpel and Hanael to quickly clean up the mess before his mom enters. J.A.I.K's mom opens the door with the keys and enters the room. Seeing her, J.A.I.K. goes to her and greets her. But J.I.K.'s mom notices Scalpel and gets shocked. She uses telepathy and tells Scalpel to act like he doesn't know her. J.A.I.K. then tells his mom that this new guys are his friends. J.A.I.K.'s mom maintains her composure and nicely greets her son's new friends. At that time, J.A.I.K.'s dad comes with the birthday cake and tells J.A.I.K. that they should now start the birthday party. After that, all of them sits on the table with the cake. Everyone is silent, so the situation gets intense. In the meantime, J.I.K.'s dad remembers that he needs a lighter to light up the candles, so he gets up to get them. But at that time, Scalpel summons the hellfire and lights up all the candles. J.I.K. gets scared to see this. Hanael also doesn't want to fall behind Scalpel, so she plays a birthday music for J.I.K. Hanael's voice is like the angels, so to cover it up, J.A.I.K. tells his mom that Hanael used some AI speaker to play the song. While the kids are enjoying the angels' music, J.I.K.'s dad whispers to his mom that today is J.I.K.'s 19th birthday, and this to persons are demon and angel who has come here to take J.I.K. on their sides. J.I.K.'s mom tells J.I.K.'s dad to shut up, as she already knows this. But the reason the both of them are so nervous because they are scared that their true identity will be revealed to J.I.K. Then thanks this mom and dad for wishing him happy birthday. He also says that he can't believe that how fast time flies as he has already turned 19. After telling everyone his thanks, he tells them that now he is going to make a wish. Hearing this, the demon and the angel smiles, because they both think that J.I.K. will either wish to be a demon or an angel. The reason that both the demon realm and the angel realm wants to take over J.I.K. is because they are scared about J.I.K.'s powers, because the future J.I.K. will be the apex hybrid. After a while, J.I.K. has finished his wish, and now he wants to blow the candles. At that time, Angel Hanael gets scared and tells the other three that there was a person mentioned in the old legend. The person name is Moot King, the Abraxas he was from Atlantis. Although he failed to become an apex hybrid, he gained tremendous abilities through awakening, and the first thing he did as soon as he awakened was because his shoes got wet and uncomfortable as he walked by. With just a breath, he caused the Mu continent to sink and disappear from the face of the earth. The four of them thought that J.I.K. blow with have the same effect, so they were so scared. But fortunately, nothing like that happened, and the candles were blown out, peaceful. After that, J.I.K. takes a knife and starts to cut that cake at that time. Scalpel tells them the story of another hybrid. That person name was the O.P. Abraxas, and he was from planet Mars, although he also failed to become an apex hybrid. But as soon as he awakened on his birthday, he used the dagger in his hand and made a huge scratch on Mars. As a result, all life forms on Mars became extinct and were forgotten. But again, nothing like that happened, and J.I.K. peacefully served the cakes. After that, the four of them get up from the table and comes on a corner. They were all tensed about J.I.K.'s awakening, as it has not happened yet. They were all so tensed as the first awakening is supposed to held on the 19th birthday. Hanael tells them that J.I.K. has experienced his initial awakening powers at school. After not finding any clue, they decide to ask J.I.K. about the wish. While J.I.K. is enjoying his cake, his mom and dad comes to him and asked him about his wish. Jayak then gets into a serious mode, and by fixing his glasses, he starts to tell them about his wish. Scalpel starts to measure the power rise in Jayak, and he finds that the power has risen about 15%. While Jayak is talking, everyone is sensing a powerful viv from him. After a while, the power gauge jumps to 20%, and by seeing this, Scalpel gets happy. Aura starts to cover Jayak when he tells that the weak and foolish Jayak from yesterday will be no more. After a while, Jayak gives a dramatic shout and says that from today onwards, he will study hard to get into the Seoul University, and after that, he is going to get a job at Naver. Hearing this, the four of them gets depressed. After an earthquake, Jayak's dad and the angel jumps in joy and says that it's a perfect awakening. Scalpel gets angry, and he smacks the face of Jayak on the cake. Hanale comes and rises up Jayak and asked Scalpel that if he is trying to hurt Jayak. Scalpel laughs and tells them that, as it's his friend's awakened birthday, so he should congratulate him. After that, Jayak goes to the washroom to clean him up. Scalpel then sits and thinks that the awakening process is so slow that Jayak has only unlocked 20% of his awakening powers. And with this, powers Jayak won't be able to dodge a single attack of Scalpel. Scalpel then starts to think that what he should do to full awaken Jayak's powers. After a while of thinking, Scalpel tells others that there should be a symbols that appears on Jayak's body, and also Jayak hasn't manifested the demonic symbol, the black wings, yet. Hearing this, Hanale tells Scalpel that what he is talking about, as Jayak will manifest the white wings. After that, the two of them starts to argue of this topic. Normally, an Apex hybrid has both the wings, and initially it's up to Jayak that what wings he wants. After that, Hanale and Scalpel argues that Jayak will choice their wings, but after huge arguments, they decided that they will encourage Jayak's awakening. Hearing this, Jayak's mom and dad tells them that they were told that they only need to take care of that kid until he turns 19. So they thought they could return today. Scalpel and Hanale reply that they will have to do overtime. After that, we can see Jayak is in the washroom and he is cleaning his face and shirt. But there is a strange thing he has been feeling from the moment he enters his home. The thing is that from the moment Jayak enters the home, he has a feeling that something is sprouting on his back. The next day in the streets, Jayak finds a bag full of money. He counts how much money is in the bag and searches for the person who put their bag here and forgot. He then sees a girl who is looking for something desperately. "Where did I put the money?" She cries while searching. She says that she lost it like a careless person. The money even includes the tuition fee she has been saving up for a long time. Jayak thinks that he can't help but sympathize when he sees someone in difficulty. He hands over the money bag to the girl. The girl says thanks to him and calls him an angel. Am I really an angel? He wonders. Hey, man! Why is it short 50,001? The girl shouts. Nevertheless, Jayak has already received his reward for saving a girl's life, and currently he is running along with it. At the school gate, he sees two girls who are late for school. Jayak is also late for school, so the gate is closed. He goes near the students and gives them an advice. He tells them to explain their reasons of being late to the teacher. He says that if they explain it perfectly, the teacher will understand. Both of them then try to convince the teacher near the gate by saying that they were late because there was an accident on their way here, but it won't happen in the future. Jayak leaves the girls there and jumps over the wall to reach the other side of the school, and as the teacher is already talking to the girls, he didn't even notice that Jayak jumped the wall in order to enter the school. Jayak thinks that he will do whatever it takes to avoid any losses for himself. "What are you doing here?" the teacher shouts while noticing. He then makes up a lie to avoid the teacher's attention. He tells the teacher that the students named Youngtae and Yoonjun Ho are currently eating tteokbokki in the front right now. The teacher tells the students that whoever comes late will receive a deduction in attitude score. Now that he has done something terrible, He smirks and wonders whether he is a demon now. In the classroom, the teacher announces that there is a new transfer student who will attending class today. He tells all the students to be considerate of the new student because he has come from a foreign country and doesn't know much about Korean culture yet. Scalpel enters the classroom. He greets the human kids and introduces himself as someone who emerged from the fiery pit of hell hotter than lava and is the demon's messenger. In addition, he says that, as a commemoration of coming to this school, he has prepared a gift for all of them, something that they will never be able to taste in the human world. He says that he will be giving them a taste of the hot fire from hell. "Who wants a hellfire hot sauce hell burger?" he shouts. The burger is so spicy that everybody eating it was now full of tears. He points at a bench where he wants to sit. He says that is happy to. Scalpel teases Haniel. "Isn't it common courtesy to at least localize the names?" "You keep using the name Scalpel," Haniel asks. Scalpel replies that fulfilling desires is the demon's basic nature and tells her to look carefully, as no one has any complaints because it satisfies their desires. Jae-ik thinks that in just a few days a lot of things has changed. There is an angel sitting right next to him and a demon right behind him. The reason both the angel and the devil came to find Jae-ik is according to them. It was to awaken Jae-ik's abilities. "Do I have no other choice but to accept this fate?" He thinks deeply. He says, for example, when he goes to school, if a girl just casually says that she wants someone to destroy the school building because she doesn't want to go to the lecture, Jae-ik could easily destroy it if he masters his powers. He gives another example. He says that when he gets a job someday, and in the interview if he is told to share his specialties, then he could say that he could turn this recruitment room into a sea of fire. But in the end, what is the use of all of this? In the next scene, Scalpel tells Haniel that he has something to talk with her, so Haniel follows him. "Where are we going?" she questions. Scalpel says that he can't blow off Haniel's cover in front of the students. Haniel gets confused as she doesn't know what he meant by it. In the conclusion, Scalpel tells Haniel to give up on the hybrid. Haniel says that she expected this kind of talking, but she says that she can't give up on Jae-ik because he is the last hope that heaven has been waiting for. All right. I get it. I knew you wouldn't give up easily. As expected. You angels are so innocent, you followed without any suspicion when the demon called and ended up falling into my trap, didn't you? Scalpel asks while laughing. Scalpel binds Haniel with magic. He says that it's fortunate that the barrier he set up in the morning was successful. "Hey, what are you doing? Release me right away!" she shouts at him. Scalpel says that she has to stay like that for a while, and in the meantime, he will help Jae-ik to make his decision faster. He then goes to Yuntae, or, in another word, the Zopop. He teases Yuntae by calling him Zopop. Yuntae gets angry and tries to attack Scalpel, but he gets blocked by a barrier. Scalpel tells Yuntae that everyone now calls him a Zopop, even though everybody is saying another words like sushi, spirayati, and garden. For Yuntae, he is just hearing the word Zopop. He shouts at all of them to stop. Scalpel laughs as he says that even the girls are calling Yuntae Zopop. He gets angry and frustrated, tears comes out from his eyes, he loses all the confidence, and says that he doesn't think he can win even if he attacks Jae-ik again, as Jae-ik is a monster. Scalpel, while giving a devil's laughs, moves his hand towards Yuntae. He tells Yuntae that if he wants, he can also have that kind of power. "No way! How could this be possible?" Yuntae questions. Scalpel replies that if Yuntae makes a deal with him, then he can give Yuntae this power. "A deal? Are you saying that I have to sell my soul or something?" Zopop questions. Scalpel replies that he is not interested in such things after receiving this power. He tells Yuntae to just use it to get revenge of Jae-ik. Yuntae agrees and the deal has been finally made. After receiving the power, he feels a sudden burst of energy and aura radiating from his body. He feels omnipotent, as if he is the strongest man on Earth. Scalpel then explains that this power is not to that extent. It's more like being ranked first in the local area. "I'm no longer a Zopop?" he shouts. At the rooftop, Jayak says that his fate, the path that he needs to awaken to, is a path that has exciting career and a cool appearance that will ignite his passion. But he doesn't think this one will be of any help at all. He says that the path of being a hybrid is probably not the path he should really take and decides to choose differently. Right here at this moment, he decides to throw away the chains that bound him. Now he only has confidence. And all that's left now is victory. All that criticism and hardship. He plans to shake it off, stand up and confront the world. For him, his CSAT score is more important than useless superpowers. He will do his best to live an ordinary life, and will even reject his fate and seal his powers in order to do that. He opens the door while thinking that this is the path he will choose. As he opens the gate, he sees Zopop with red eyes. Zopop was searching for Jayak for a long time and finally found him. "I came here to get some fresh air. Look at those red eyes. How much did you study, but could you please make way for me?" Jayak requests politely. Without wasting any time, Yuntei launches an impactful punch at Jayak. Jayak couldn't dodge it as he was not on guard. Scalpel was sitting on the ceiling, seeing and enjoying the scenario. He says that to open the waves of evil through appropriate stimulation is his own way of strategy. He smiles as he says that he hopes his strategy works out. Hanael notices a dark red aura coming from the rooftop. What the hell is going on? She wonders. On the rooftop, the punch was impactful enough to send Jayak flying, but Jayak handles himself very well and looks more like a beast himself. He tells Yuntei to stop fighting as he doesn't want to fight. Yuntei says that whether it was both in elementary or middle school, he alone was the charging one, but suddenly Jayak appears and snatches that position. He says that at that time he felt humiliated, and now he wants to become the king of the school. Yuntei rushes towards Jayak and starts to punch him. "Why are you standing still? Why don't you hit me like you did back then?" he questions. Jayak, on the contrary, is taking all the damages without flinching. He tells Yuntei to stop this at once. Yuntei is desperately punching while wondering that why even Jayak's glasses are fine. Jayak thinks that Yuntei will be mad if he knows that his attacks are only itching a bit. Scalpel says that the kid is not as good as he thought he would be. Ow! No! That clueless appearance can't be your true nature. It must be because Hanael has sown some good seeds in you. "Then shall I try to defile it this time?" he asks, while laughing his tongue out. He creates magical threads in order to control and provide more strength to Yuntei. "Ah! So much power has come into me! I can't control my strength!" Yuntei shouts as he is unable to control his own strength and body. He is busting with powers which he never has harness. He screams and his teeth and horn grows like a demon. Jayak gets puzzled and sees a punch coming right at him. This time, he also takes the punch, but it hurts a little. Yuntei smiles as he was finally successful to hurt Jaik. He then kicks and punches simultaneously. "Isn't it strange that you didn't feel any pain when you were getting beaten up like this?" he questions. He feels awesome, intrigued and excited at the same time. "Did I get him this time?" he wonders with a smirk in his face. Alas. Hanael was able to break free of the chains and comes right to the rooftop. As she enters, she sees that Scalpel is controlling Yuntei by providing his powers. She gets furious and kicks Scalpel from behind. Scalpel says that he didn't expect Hanael to break free this quickly. "Do you think you could stop me with just that level of seal?" Hanael asks. Scalpel smiles as he tells her not to be pretentious, because he can see clearly that she is panting. He says that Hanael is not like herself when she is tired while grabbing her neck. Hanael then jumps and kicks backward. She says that she can be a fool for once, but not twice because a demon's tricks are easily revealed on the second try. Oh, so you are saying you are innocent but not stupid, huh? Then what about this? He asks, while creating his binding spell. As Scalpel completely tries to bind Heniel, both of them hear Jay Ike shouting with a sudden outburst of power. He says that he doesn't need this kind of power. The power outburst was so impactful that both the demon and the angel are pushed backwards. Jay Ike says that he just wanted to live an ordinary life. Scalpel tells Heniel to watch closely, how Jay Ike's power is being liberated. Jay Ike not only has the wave of goodness she hoped for, and once Jay Ike accepts the wave of evil and unleashes its power, he will something that no one has ever seen. You want to live an ordinary life with that much power? Uni questions and tells Jay Ike that if he doesn't want that kind of power, he should give it to someone who wants it. He runs forward and punches Jay Ike, but Jay Ike's face feels more like a rock to him, and he falls down to the ground due to the impact of his own force. Ah! My hand! He screams in pain. Jay Ike then punches the ground, which deals a heavy impact and even shakes the school. The students wonders what kind of construction is being done on the roof. By seeing this, Yuntae gets horrified and keeps sweating out of fear. Jae-ik tells Yuntae that he wants to stop this because he doesn't like exerting his power like this. Scalpel sees that his prediction was perfectly correct. And as expected, Jae-ik's awakening level will surge rapidly as he enters battles. Yuntae says that he understands, and he also wants to stop here. So he says sorry to Jae-ik. Jae-ik decides to leave Yuntae and turns around as he says that school violence is bad. The moment he turned around, Yuntae reveals his true intentions and tries to attack again from the back and punches with a full power counterattack. He smiles as he thinks that this attack was a fatal one, but to his surprise, his attack didn't even left a scar on Jae-ik's body. This time, Jae-ik gets really furious. "Let's continue. Is that it you want?" he asks, while giving a death glare. On the other hand, Scalpel is excited as he sings and thinks that everything is going according to his plan. Jae-ik's awakening level is increasing gradually, along with his anger. Heniel runs towards Jae-ik in order to stop any more hazards. "Now let's see what happens to those who reject peace." "I told you to stop, didn't I?" he asks angrily. "Stop! Stop, please!" Both Heniel and Yuntae shouts. Jae-ik ready his hand for a punch. He tells Yuntae to consider this punch as a historical lesson. As he is about to punch, Heniel comes in front of him and uses her shield to block the attack. Heniel tries to stop Jae-ik by saying that this situation isn't Yuntae's fault, but he doesn't listen as anger has succumbed his actual senses. Jae-ik's awakening rate increases from 41 to 45%, and it starts to break Heniel's shield barrier. It is a dangerous situation. Heniel grabs Yuntae and flies away from the danger with her wings. Jae-ik says that after today, his peaceful life has changed. Heniel notices that Jae-ik is already on 179 degrees, but she feels relieved that it hasn't gone to 180 degrees yet. She notices that her shield can't put up with that tremendous power. Jae-ik jumps upward to attack Yuntae again. This time, Heniel uses her mega shield, but this shield also starts to break. Scalpel, sitting on the back, seeing all the commotion, says that finally it has all started, the opening of a wave of evil. Heniel says that her shield couldn't hold for much longer, so she uses her Giga shield. Oh, this is the last train runaway locomotive, Scalpel shouts in excitement. Oh. Last train runaway locomotive is a special technique that manifests when feelings of injustice and frustration reach their peak. The power and form of the attack vary greatly depending on the caster's ability. It's a relentless fury that surfaces after reaching the end of one's patience and endurance. This is without a doubt a sign of irrational anger management disorder. Can it be stopped? He wonders. He then sees that the awakening level is spiking again. It has gone from 45 to 50%. The Giga Shield shatters and Henale again flies away while carrying our Zopop. Yunti feels like he is eternal peace as he hugs Henale tightly. Henale realizes that at this rate, J-Ike might completely be tainted by evil. She shouts at J-Ike to stop the outburst. J-Ike doesn't know what this feeling is. A warm surge rises from deep within his chest. This urge he is experiencing for the first time. This is what the awakening of the power means. A power guided by fate. His heart swells with grandeur. Then he feels that something is itching on his back. Henale has stabbed J-Ike with a straw. She says that it is the only way to prevent the outburst. J-Ike thinks that making a fuss isn't his style. Winning a brawl is trivial. True victors are those who triumph in life, so he wants to lose, or at least needs to learn how to lose. Henale barely managed to stop the outburst by using Chillman's straw. Chillman's straw is a technique that induces calmness and suppresses confusion by sticking the straw used by the ancient god, Chillman, into the opponent's mind. Scalpel shouts that it a cowardly trick to use as an angel. She replies that she couldn't, that stand still and watch J-Ike continue his outburst. "What are you doing?" Henale asks. Scalpel also uses a straw. He justifies that he also couldn't stand still and do nothing either. Suddenly, after using the straw, J-Ike again feels the sensation of anger. Scalpel J-Ike to tune it into his heart's voice. He used triple-folded straw, a technique that gradually increases the sense of deep anger. Both the angel and the devil tries to comfort and convince J-Ike in their own way. The more he thinks about it, the more angrier he gets. He also wants to beat them all up. No, why am I even angry in the first place? He wonders while getting totally confused. That's right. No, that's not right. It's not that the right thing is right. It's that what's supposed to be right is not, he shouts, and shows an act of cognitive dissonance as he is puzzled with both his actions and emotions. J-Ike realizes that he is losing himself, and the quarrel between the angel and the devil is driving him crazy. At that moment, he cools his mind and starts to think deeply. That this is not a matter of right or wrong. This power that has suddenly come to him, if he could possess this power, then this power could also be discarded, he concludes. Scalpel notices that the awakening rate is rapidly decreasing. Is reducing one's awakening progress one of a hybrid's power? Henale wonders where that limit is. It is as if J-Ike has found enlightenment, as he was able to bodily discard the power that he can't handle. Detachment. Yep, it is. Oh my God, he has mastered the legendary detachment, the ability that is said to be the strongest among those who renounce their possession. Henale shouts in excitement. The power level has completely stabilized. J-Ike goes near Yunte and precisely explains that he discarded the unnecessary power and gained a new one. Yunte, are you okay? He asks. He says that they shouldn't fight like this. Instead, he advises Yunte to study hard from now in order to go to a good university together. The thing we are now seeing is the power of positively. Alas, both of them became friends. In the back, Henale says that either way, she is relieved that it ended on a heartwarming note, while on the contrary, Scalpel gets furious because he didn't expect that J-Ike will give up his power like that. Henale smiles as he thinks that, even in such a mess, it's remarkable that J-Ike can build up the power of positivity. And as expected, he truly has the qualities of an angel. Scalpel now knows an important fact about hybrids. He analyzed that all hybrids may have the power to control their awakening rate at their own will. At the bus stop, J-Ike tells Yunte that they should meet each other warmly next time. Zopop agrees and says that he is gonna jot down what happened today in his diary. He will cherish and never forget what happened today. After some time, Jae-ik reaches home and greets his parents with a smile. "You're here. Anything special happen? Have you eaten?" Both of them ask upon witnessing the smiling face of Jae-ik. He speaks that he realized a lot today. He says thank you for their love and care for all this time. He announces that he will strive to do better and live more fully from now on. His dad smiles while his mom gets angry as she finds out that Scalpel failed on his job to awaken the devil luring inside Jae-ik. His father gets happy upon seeing that Jae-ik is brimming with a wave of good now. Jae-ik's mother realizes that this won't do, and she has no other choice but to take action. She brings out a cell phone and says that it's been a long time since she has taken this out. She wishes that she didn't have to bring it out again, but this type of circumstances calls for it. Hell the world make it better place. The music rings on the phone and some fearsome entity picks up the call. "What is it, servant? Contact is prohibited during missions." "So why did you call me?" the unknown entity asks. She replies that we'll use the call chance and says that Scalpel is too inexperienced to handle the target. The anonymous devil replies that this is a good reason for using the call chance, so he will accept it. Additionally, he informs that we'll send someone more suitable soon to carry out the job. In the endlessly deep abyss, at the very bottom of hell, the lowest level of the abyss, a prisoner in the farthest room of infinite hell, it annihilates anything in its sight, also known as the destroyer of hell. One of the devil goes to meet him and calls him the dark Satan. The devil says that finally the liberation has come. So he tells the dark Satan to go up to the surface that he wanted so much to deceive and trample those he sees to his heart's content. Sounds pretty interesting, liberation, you say? Huh? The dark Satan asks.